Hey guys, welcome to StarKid Sleepover Saturday. I wanted to create this podcast to celebrate the 10 totally awesome years of all things Team StarKid. From Wizards to Starship Rangers to the citizens of Hatchetfield, we plan to cover it all. So a little bit about me. I'm 22, I'm a Slytherin, and I found StarKid through random posts on the internet back in the summer of 2009. I watched a Harry Potter musical and I fell in love with it right away. And as I grew to love it and watched more of their musicals, I started to bring my friends into it. And now we wanted to start this podcast to celebrate it. And I'm going to leave it over to my co-hosts.
Hey guys, I'm Celina. I am 23. Kaitlyn showed me StarKid, I don't know, maybe a year after she found it.
It was probably like 2010, yeah.
2010. And to be completely honest with you guys, I thought it was weird. I thought it was really weird. But after watching it a little bit more and getting into more Harry Potter, because I wasn't a fan of Harry Potter before, I just kind of fell in love. And as the years went on, it just kept going. By the way, I am a Ravenclaw. Was once a Hufflepuff. Became a Ravenclaw. Now I don't know what the heck is going on, but I'll figure it out as I go.
Thanks, Pottermore.
Yeah, Pottermore really screwed that over for me.
Identity crisis.
But I'll figure it out eventually.
And I'm Kylie. I'm also 23. I've loved musical theater since I was 10 years old, and I was in musical theater in high school, both in my high school and out in a special program. I wanted to get into StarKid really bad, but when Kaitlyn showed it to me, it was a Harry Potter musical, because that's what you gotta start with, and I was just too picky about the sound, and I was distracted by other fandoms, and I just didn't give it a chance, and that was in 2014, and then she tried again once the fandom we were in ended in 2016.
I remember showing it to you in 2014.
Yep.
You fell asleep.
I did fall asleep. Well, I fall asleep.
Mad at you.
I fall asleep all the time. That's not my fault. So I officially actually watched it in 2016 on May 25th, and that was the summer, or right before the summer of Firebringer in Chicago. So I loved it right away and planned a trip for the four of us to go to Chicago on June 6th.
Talk about a fast turnaround.
That was what, less than 2 weeks?
That was less than 2 weeks. We were already buying
our... Rosenthal how many days it was, right?
Mm-hmm. He was in shock.
Yep. Yeah, he kept calling me 3 weeks because we met him 3 weeks after I got into the fandom. And I was like,
even though it took me, 7 years?
Yeah.
Alright. Emma?
Hey, I'm Emma. I'm also 23 years old. I am a technical theater major. Got into technical theater because of StarKid. I am also a barista, and yes, I am on the edge. I first got into StarKid in 2010. I hadn't actually met any of these girls yet. One of my lifelong friends, Jacqueline, actually introduced it to me. Said, you have to check out this Harry Potter parody musical. It's hilarious. It's inappropriate. It's so funny. And I'm like, what? And then I watched it. Shout out to Jacqueline, because I absolutely fell in love with it. And I just followed all the musicals ever since. And then I met Kylie, and then through Kylie I met Kaitlyn and Celina. And
it's just me, Kaitlyn.
And I met Kaitlyn and Celina, and they knew StarKid, so then we started talking about it, and then I'm absolutely in love with all things StarKid.
The rest is history.
And then when I got into it,
and then Kylie
all hell broke loose
to Chicago. I hadn't met any of them. I haven't, I had never gotten to meet any of them or go to any of their shows because I was broke and I was unmotivated all through high school and broken college.
That's me now.
Yeah, true.
And
Kylie is the ultimate planner and took us to Chicago, and I got to meet everybody in Firebringer, and I cried a lot.
Yeah, we'll do an entire episode on meeting them and stuff, because it went very 0 to 100. Like I said, I did not meet any of them for 7 years. And then I managed to meet all of them in
and now we're
of
just in
6
shock.
months.
And just keep this in mind, guys. We all live in SoCal, so a lot of them do live in LA. You know,
we could have met them here,
but we
true.
flew out to Chicago to try and meet them and see what they can do live. And
Well, you and I did see them live at Apocalypse Tour.
true,
But we were
Apocalypse Tour.
teenagers and had no money for that meet and greet, so...
Yeah.
but I'm crazy and I planned it all and budgeted it all and figured
Just
out a
gonna
way.
take the soundbite of you saying you're crazy and make it a drink town.
It's gonna be our ringtone.
She's crazy, but she's a great planner, and at the time we were all working. So it kind of worked out as we grew older. We got to literally push ourselves towards the dream of meeting them.
Yeah.
And if you really think about it, her craziness did give us that opportunity.
It's a very helpful skill she has, her craziness.
Yeah, and I don't think without her, energy, motivation
Yeah.
towards fandoms, I probably wouldn't
Passion.
have thought, I wouldn't have thought to start this podcast. A little bit more about this podcast and kind of what you guys are going to expect to hear. We plan on doing a Sleepover Saturday episode every week until StarKid 10th anniversary homecoming. Right, that's what they're calling it, 10th anniversary.
10th anniversary.
They did not make up that word.
Someone
No.
else did.
Did they not?
They said that in the video.
Oh.
I'm a fake fan, I guess.
No,
Oh, no.
Keep in mind,
Cancel
guys,
the
I will
podcast.
remember the most obscure things. So
The most irrelevant thing.
if you guys are ever going to take notes on this podcast, just write Celina irrelevant. And then you guys will just have me down.
That's what it is. So now we have Kylie is crazy.
Celina's irrelevant.
So me and Emma still need our brand.
It'll happen.
But-
We'll get there.
Going back, about this podcast, as you guys can probably already tell, it is very unprofessional.
Raw.
Raw. There's going to be a lot of flubs. Probably some swears. It'll probably be around a PG-13 rated podcast.
Gas.
But if you can watch all of StarKid, then
we're going to
you
be
should
very
good to go.
We're going to be very vanilla for you if you can watch
Yeah,
StarKid.
compared to most StarKid shows, we're really fun.
It might be a little more rated R with the MAMD episode. We'll
Oh.
see.
I was like,
Just because of what we have to say. But we plan on making an episode, recapping and saying our thoughts and opinions, playing some games about every StarKid musical that's out there, including some stuff like their tours, their concerts, and stuff from the Tin Can Brothers, some outside projects.
Some talk about music, Jim and the Povolos.
Heck yeah.
Maybe some Charlene K. Maybe.
We can go on we can go into the vortex that is Glee.
oh god, no.
No.
Damn that GLE.
Hard pass.
We'll not go there yet. We'll see.
We'll see where we go.
This podcast is day to day.
But let's just start with our favorites. So I'm gonna throw it back to Celina.
I get the honor of starting this one, I guess. So I guess I would say my favorite musical I think it's Starship. 100% Starship. I will watch that one repeatedly on a loop. Don't know why.
I like how he prefaces it with a bunch of I
think
think maybe and then
maybe
you're like
definitely
Starship.
I had to think about it. There's... Ugh.
What about Starship do you like the most?
I have no idea. 100% have no idea. Maybe it's because of Tootsie Noodles. It's because of Tootsie. No, but for some reason Starship is the one that I can watch on a loop. I can listen to it and do homework. It keeps me focused. It calms me down when I'm stressed. There's just something about Starship and I guess intergalactic love that I'm really into.
So is it the storyline, the music, or just who's in it?
Maybe, probably.
All of it?
Most likely, yeah. I don't think it was a great idea to start with me, Emma.
I'm so sorry.
But
Set her up.
yeah,
It was all a plot.
if something comes up again and I remember it, I'll just hop back in. But for now, I'm gonna say 100% favorite StarKid musical as of now is Starship. Okay,
Who's next?
Kaitlyn.
Mine's Black Friday.
You know.
I'm actually from the future. No, but Celina, I actually agree with you.
I hope you have a better reason.
I wouldn't say the reasons are comparable. I think you have very good reasons. But my favorite is Starship just because of where I was in that time of my life and where I was within the fandom. I was super active in the fandom at that point. Starship was around the time Pottermore came out, so like Tumblr was on and poppin'. Like, no, Pottermore back when it was good.
It was back when it told me I was a Hufflepuff.
Back when it was correct.
Back when you had to brew a potion and then you had to legitimately wait an hour and a half, and then if you waited an hour and 35 minutes, they'd be like, "Oh, your potion
That
burnt."
was both the best and the worst thing.
It was. But I just remember watching it over and over again that summer, staying up with my friends who I made on Tumblr, making different blogs and GIFs, and
that was when you were in just like the
it was like the deep depths of the fandom, and like everyone knew everyone at that point.
I probably was up late watching it with her too. I think I slept over a lot that summer.
It was a lot of fun, and you know, Joey was the lead. A little biased, but the music was great.
We'll get to that, guys. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that when we get into
will delve right into there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music was good. I'm probably gonna play The Way I Do at my wedding.
You really jumped. You really jumped the gun on that one.
If I ever get married.
Oh, oh yikes!
One extreme or the other. All right, Emma.
Sure. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm that
I like
person.
how you
Like,
said sure. Like, yeah, I'm ready to answer.
Sure, I'm ready. I'm not ready. No, I think that I don't want to be that person that's like, I have a top 3, but I have a top 3
but I'm gonna be that person anyway.
I'm gonna be that person anyway.
It's okay because some of them are hard.
Realistically, it all has to do with like what I don't know what I'm feeling. What's
your mood for that day?
Right. So I'd say that like my top is a Harry Potter sequel.
That's your top?
I would say that's probably one of. Yes, I don't know. A Harry Potter sequel is...
Why are you questioning it?
Yeah,
you said the wrong answer.
Really? That's your top?
Judgment.
I'm messing with you because you made me go first.
That's fair. I deserve that. A Harry Potter sequel because it was right around the time that I was going through high school. I had lost a couple friends. I was going through transition in like friend groups, and I didn't really feel like I kind of belonged anywhere, and A Harry Potter sequel is all about him like kind of finding this home and like being accepted and finding people that cared about him. So it was it's so sentimental.
Oh, to have a home.
I love to belong.
So yeah, I always thought that Lupin was hilarious. Umbridge is my old
I thought Lupin was hot. I was like, I mean, sing.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
But
yeah, you know the
sing.
bloodstains are really for me.
You can't sing.
I would say either that or Holy Musical Batman has always been like one of my absolute favorites. The costumes are beautiful. The colors are vibrant. The soundtrack is it's just so good. And
you guys didn't consider
I did consider Holy Musical Batman,
the
but
thing is, I like getting into it. I did like Starship the most in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I feel like
it's a personal connection.
like that's the one that came to my head first.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
That's your gut. That's your heart.
That's my gut. Yeah. But
Yeah.
Holy Musical Batman was.
It's a top.
That was good.
It's just everything about it is so vibrant. It makes me smile when I watch it. It always makes me laugh. It was the second one, because Starship was the first one that had like a actual recording of the soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
So then
think
Holy Musical Batman
so.
was the second one that had like
the Potters did have.
They
They weren't the greatest.
they weren't like
Was it-
full
and it didn't
studio.
have the full
Yeah.
cast.
But
I remember I had them. They put them for free on Bandcamp or
That's
something
right.
back then. Because they couldn't make money off of
They
it.
couldn't make money off of it. That's right. The we don't want to be sued thing. Yeah, so those are probably my top. The other very, very, very close third would be Twisted. Watching a Harry Potter musical and waiting for Dylan to sing more and more and more because his voice is just out of this world, and then to find out that he was going to be a lead in a musical, and then getting to see Jeff Blim come back after Sweet Tooth. It's just a great musical. The soundtrack is gorgeous. Again, the costumes are great, and I love Twisted. So those are my top 3. Sorry.
I got Emma's brand. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
She's clappy.
She's twitchy, clappy,
ADD.
I do have ADHD,
ADHD
diagnosed. Just so y'all know, those sound effects, they're me.
Courtesy
of Emma.
They're not some kind of soundboard. They're real life. Real life
You're
sounds.
welcome.
Real life sounds. This is not
Back to basics.
Yeah, here we are.
We're gonna go get a metal sheet to
Yes.
We're keeping it real, 100% real.
100.
We're raw.
Raw.
All right.
Back to
And
Kylie.
So my favorite is definitely Twisted, and it's because it's based off of Wicked, and I know Wicked is a super popular musical, but it was my first musical.
She's sure of herself.
I am sure of myself because I rewatched as much as I could recently, and no matter how many times I watch Twisted, I end up just sobbing, like heavy sobbing. And it's because when I saw Wicked, I was 10 years old. It was my first musical. My godmother took me as my 10th birthday present, and so I connected with Wicked as my gate into the musical theater world. So when I saw that Twisted was based off of that and parodied that, it automatically had a kind of bias towards it. And then I also and then I met all of these people right here in front of me that you guys cannot see. These 3 girls. Wait, where are we? I met them all through Disney. And so I had a huge love of Disney on top of my love of Wicked, so it just made sense. Also, Dylan's voice is literally butter.
Everything.
It's actually butter, and it fills my soul with just pure happiness.
It makes me feel like my skin is melting.
It really does.
My God. So the talent is, obviously everyone is super talented in this whole group, but the talent there for me is just holy shit. Sorry,
whoa.
I'm the first swear.
There it is.
There it is.
Twisted's also when we first got to see Robert.
That's when we first got to
That's
see Robert.
true.
The collective fave.
He really just added
Our working boy.
something to StarKid, that the choreography and his voice and the theatrics.
His voices.
His voice is the accents and everything that he can do.
I have a bias for that too, as annoying as that is. I can't help it. I love voices because I've always had a dream of being a voice actor. Definitely not a normal pursuable dream, but I've always been super interested in people who can do voices like that, and to figure out later on that he had this Australian accent and it did not pop out even once in Twisted.
Twisted's one of the most beautiful ones to watch because with Denise, Lauren, and Robert all in one show, the choreography is just stellar. It's so pretty and it's so well staged. Oh, I love Twisted.
Yeah, it was so good.
Twisted was overall good. I got some little points.
Overall good.
Overall, it's okay.
It's not a failure overall.
It's a masterpiece.
Mood.
No, but I did have some notes on Twisted, but we'll get to that later on.
Yeah, when
We'll
we get to
have
that
it.
episode.
We'll have an episode dedicated to Twisted. So that's a little bit about us and our favorite musicals. I want to end today's episode by just letting you guys know that most of this podcast is going to be opinion-based, so let's respect each other. Let's respect the StarKids. Let's respect the fandom.
It's a safe space for all of us.
Yeah, it's a safe space for everyone to share their opinions as well, as long as they're respectful. You guys know what's cool and what's not cool to say.
You can disagree for sure, because opinions
matter.
Some
Opinions
people
matter,
are
yeah.
wrong.
Some people are wrong, and I hate you. No, you can share your opinions with us the same way we're doing right now. And we all have different opinions. We all argue with each other.
We're very
debate.
opinionated.
We're very opiniinated people, and
I might get into some fights with you.
yeah, exactly.
do it.
We can have
No,
debates.
guys, don't do that.
We can have debates without being
so
disrespectful.
And just a quick reminder, this is all of us. This is our first experience with doing a podcast. This is not something we've ever done before, so if you have any feedback as far as, like, I don't know, any pointers as far as... We would love to hear your positive or, like, you know, constructive criticism. Yeah.
Also, if you don't like it, that's totally fine. We're not really doing this to, you know, do anything besides have fun.
Essentially, at this point, we're just doing this so that, like, 2 years from now, I can go back and listen to it and be like, ha!
Also, because I'm the newbie here, and I just got into the fandom in 2016, if I had... I know. If I
that's what we're trying to point out here. Don't do that. Don't be me.
You know, if I had a podcast like this, when I got into it and I needed to know things fast, like, I totally appreciate someone just, you know, bullet pointing and just explaining some things and their opinions and going into, like, some facts that I might not know, fun facts, fun games, and I hope that if anyone ends up listening to this, they can have that too.
Because at this point, like, if you dive into, like, you know, if you just wanted a brief synopsis of what everything was StarKid, I feel like this might be a good jumping off point, and then you can delve deep into those videos on YouTube. There are tons. There are so many.
It's literally whether you've been a fan since the beginning or a new fan, just because you like, say you like Darren
Who's that?
Who's
Dave.
Oh, Dave.
Okay. If you like Darren and you saw that he was talking about this and you just dove in and you find us, like, hopefully we'll help you. Or if you're like Kaitlyn and you've been there since the start because YouTube was like, hey, you might like this.
Maybe it'll rehash some old memories, because I know I have to...
Welcome back?
I have to walk back down memory lane and
blow the dust off of that one.
Blow off my Tumblr dashboard and see what's on there. But, yeah, going back to that, like, whether you found out about StarKid yesterday or you were at University of Michigan watching it, just know that you're welcomed here, and we value your opinions if you want to share them respectfully. Like, there'll be no gatekeeping here is what I'm trying to say. Like, everyone's welcomed. It's cool. Be cool with each other. StarKid's such a positive thing, and we want to promote that with our own podcast and our own content, and hopefully it sparks up a conversation between all of us, and that way we can meet new people. I need more friends than just these three.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be so nice to have more people who are into it.
To get in touch with us. Wait, did you want to say something first?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I thought I cut you off.
No, I'm spacing.
I have, like, a cool thing that we can add at the end.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Spark discussion.
So we're about to wrap up this introduction. Hopefully we didn't miss anything too crazy.
We could always add it to our next episode.
Yeah, ask us questions.
Please.
Tell us your favorite musical. Tell us about you guys.
But Celina, how would they do that?
I don't know.
But I don't know. Stop saying you don't know.
Well, I don't know. A kid. I basically know nothing.
If you guys are new, we quote a lot of things.
We're going to go into the quoting tangents.
Probably going to get a little irritating. But you guys can follow us on Twitter, which has a link to our Discord as well. And our Twitter handle is @StarKidPod. That is @StarKidPod, all one word. No slashes, no numbers. You guys can send us messages. We'll probably follow back. You can DM us. There's a direct link to our Discord over there. You can come chat with us, introduce yourselves, let us know how excited you are for StarKid Homecoming.
Criminy.
Anemone. StarKid Homecoming. I know English real good.
We might end up putting this... Where are we putting this? On YouTube, on SoundCloud, on whatever we can get our hands on, right?
But whatever it is, they have comment sections.
Yes.
So
please send us questions.
Send us questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, constructive criticism. If you feel like you just
credit card numbers.
If you want to buy us stuff.
Routing numbers, checking accounts.
Phone numbers to handsome men. maybe not that.
No.
Please don't send us that.
Please don't.
But
I am
yeah,
very lonely.
comment on our stuff. Like, let us get to know you, because Team StarKid and their fandom is basically a family.
Yeah.
And
It's a family.
It's a family.
we respect each other like family. There will be arguments, there will be discussions, but like we said, like, just be kind, be respectful, and, you know,
Let's have some fun.
Come talk to
yeah,
us.
It's gonna be totally awesome.
I see what you did there.
But
Just treat
Aw.
everyone like a princess. Alright, so we don't want to see you go, but it's not forever, and we'll see you guys on Saturday.
Yay, bye.
bye.